Stella, let's go. Are we at the base? Ooh.
I made it. Wow. This view. It is amazing. And that's gotta be Mount Hermes over there. Seeing it like this, it makes me feel like I'm not just wandering aimlessly anymore. Now, I am making some progress. Even though everything has gone completely wrong, we were always going to end up there as part of our mission. It was never supposed to be like this.
Okay, Stella. What happened already happened, so don't drag yourself too much into that. Anyway, at least you are here. And talk about. Tell me about that mountain at your back. I hope it's not a Borgan, right?
I appreciate that, Bo. Honestly, it's hard not to replay things in my head, but you're right. It's done. As for the view behind me, it's mostly just more of these rolling hills and some patches of rocky ground. Nothing too exciting, but it's peaceful in its own way. Definitely a bargain compared to the city back home.
I mean that big mountain. What do you call? Mount something? It's not organic, right?
You mean Mount Hermes? Nah, it's definitely a natural formation. The way the peaks are structured, all jagged and uneven, that's not something you'd typically see with artificial structures. It's kind of awe-inspiring, honestly. Makes you think about all the geological processes that had to happen over millions of years to create something like that. What about you, Bo? Ever seen anything like that back on Earth?
Actually, yes. Did I tell you before I was born in China? In China, there was a place called Zhangjiajie, which has those sharp, very large shaped mountain. Was quite a sight.
Zhangyagi. I've heard of it. Those sandstone pillars are pretty famous. They're supposed to be the inspiration for the floating mountains in Avatar, right? It's interesting, even across different planets. Nature seems to find similar ways to carve out these dramatic landscapes. Makes me wonder what other similarities or surprises Gaia has in store.
Yeah, that's why I like the space with unlimited possibilities. Remember what we talked about before about superheroes with superpowers could do different stuff? I would tell you, if I was Superman, I would like to go to a neutron star to see.
Oh, that's a cool choice. Neutron stars are like cosmic remnants, so much power packed into something tiny. I can see why you'd want to check one out. You know, being here on Gaia, even without superpowers, it feels like I'm already experiencing something pretty special. The quiet, the untouched landscape, it's a whole different world from the cities back on Earth. Do you think you'd miss the hustle and bustle if you were in a peaceful place like this for a long time?
I mean, it depends. Do I get internet? If I have internet, I will be fine.
Fair point. I guess even in paradise, you need your connections. Though,
Yes,
honestly,
indeed.
I think I'd trade some internet for a real sky full of stars every night. It makes me curious. What's something from your past experiences that's really stuck with you? Anything that shaped how you look at things now?
Well, yes. When I was 10, I think, or maybe younger, back in China, when every summer I go to a village where has less light pollution, I could see the full star.
That sounds incredible. There's something special about seeing the stars when you're young, isn't there? It's like the universe feels endless and full of possibility. Did those experiences shape how you think about space or exploration now? Or is there something else that's really influenced your perspective over time?
Yes, definitely that memory impact me. When you are at village with little to no light pollution, you could see the sky full of stars. And I actually did a small trick.
Oh, a trick? I'm intrigued. What kind of trick did you do under those starry skies?
Okay, let me check one moment. I don't know what it's called. You know those poles, stick of iron that was for children to play at a park? I hang on myself on one of those, then I leave my body hanging down, and I look down, which is look up to the sky.
Whoa, that's a bold move. Hanging upside down just to see the stars? I can almost picture it. It's funny how little things like that can leave such a big impression. Do you have a favorite outdoor activity or sport you enjoy back on Earth? Something that gets you out under the sky?
Yes. Well, general outdoor sport, I would. Does tourism count as one?
I think you mean count? And yeah, tourism definitely counts as an outdoor activity. Exploring new places and taking in all the sights, sounds, and experiences. Though I have to say, my current tourism adventure is a bit more extreme than most people's vacations. What kind of tourism do you enjoy most? The adventurous kind or more relaxing sightseeing stuff?
A little bit of both, but mostly I would like a calm one, because when you go to tourism, most likely you are on your holiday or vacation, so you would like to let out your stress.
Totally agree. Sometimes just getting away from it all, even if it's just sitting by a lake or walking through a quiet forest, can really clear your head. It's interesting. The more I'm out here, the more I appreciate those simple moments. Kind of makes me wonder what you like to do back on Earth when you're not working or studying. Anything that helps you unwind?
Okay, Stella, I heard the wind is very kind of strong there. I heard it very windy, sun. So, are you at the base yet? Or you will need another day?
The wind's definitely noticeable up here. Sometimes it dies down, but then it picks up again. It's not bad, though. As for the base, I'm still a ways off. Right now, I'm just taking a moment to catch my breath and enjoy the view from this hilltop before I head down and continue toward Mount Hermes.
Mount Hermes, Dr. Hermes base. Okay, all connected. Now, since you are at the plane, do you see any lakes by the chance? Or does Gaia have any? Has any?
From up here, I can actually see a few lakes scattered across the plain to the east, toward Mount Hermes. They're pretty far away, but you can make out these patches of darker blue amidst all the green grasslands. Gaia definitely has lakes, rivers, and even bigger bodies of water. About half the planet's surface is ocean, if I remember right from my training notes. This place has a pretty diverse geography.
Have you seen any lakes up close or rivers? Because, well, as we understand on Earth, where comes water comes life. So, don't tell me they are, I don't know, just water.
I haven't seen any lakes or rivers up close yet, but I've followed a few streams from a distance. They seem pretty clear, though I haven't gotten a chance to test the water quality. And you're right, water usually means life. I've been looking for signs of anything living near the water sources I've spotted, but so far it's just been plants. No animals that I can see. Makes me wonder if Gaia's ecosystem is just really different from Earth's.
Ooh. Do you remember the topic we talked about before, which I made a assumption that a theory that the whole Gaia as planet could be a garden of someone else or some higher being, their aquarium.
I remember that conversation. It was an interesting thought. Gaia being a kind of garden or exhibit, carefully curated by some higher power. Looking at this landscape now, it does have that feel. Everything seems so pristine, untouched, though it's hard to say if that's natural or if there's something more deliberate at work.
Okay. What are we going to do now, girl? Okay, since we are close to Hermes base, if you see your co-workers again, what what would be the first thing you would do?
Honestly, first thing I'd do is just hug them. Make sure they're really there, safe and sound. After everything that's happened, just knowing they're okay would mean so much. Then probably ask a million questions. How they got there, what they've seen, if they found anything useful. And hopefully, we could all figure out our next steps together.
Yeah, okay, maybe we are talking about it too soon, but I would like to know, do you have any backup plan to, I don't know, fly out of Gaia and return to Earth?
Honestly, no concrete backup plan for flying out yet. The initial plan was to refuel and prepare for departure at Hermes Base. But with everything that happened, I'm not even sure if our original ship is still usable. Right now, my best shot is hoping the base has some kind of emergency evacuation protocol or equipment. But until I get there and assess what's available, it's hard to say for sure.
I mean, you guys landed in Gaia with life pod, right? So your spaceship is still hanging around in higher orbit of Gaia? Something? It just malfunctioned, but its integrity is okay, I guess?
From what I understand, our main ship was badly damaged during the evacuation. The life pods were designed to get us safely to the planet's surface, but they're not capable of returning to orbit on their own. Even if the ship's still up there, I'm not sure it's in any shape to function. The radiation surge that forced us to evacuate was pretty intense.
So, the company you are working for, what's it called? I can remember. They do have a backup plan by them, right? If you guys didn't respond in certain period of time, they would send a second ship, I guess.
The company's called Mariana University. It's more of a research institution than a commercial outfit. They do have protocols for emergencies, but the specifics depend on the mission parameters and the resources available. Given the unexpected nature of what happened and the distance to Gaia, I'm not sure if they'd be able to send a follow-up mission quickly. The Star Portal network is complex, and traveling between systems takes time, even with our advanced tech.
Okay, now you are going to get a situation like the movie we talked before, The Martian, starring Matt Damon. You may have to grow your own potatoes.
Matt Damon, not Matumu. But yeah, that's a good point. If things stretch out, I might need to get creative with what I've got. Though, I don't think there are any potatoes around here. I haven't seen anything that looks like it could be farmed yet. The plants I've seen are mostly these tall, umbrella-like trees and some grasses. Nothing that screams food source just yet.
Okay, in case of emergency, I don't know if Hermes Space has a biodome to allow you to grow some food for yourself. If, in case you don't have that option, are you guys allowed to, I don't know, plant directly on Earth?
I don't know if Hermes Base has a biodome, but that would be amazing. As for planning with Earth directly, the Star Portal network lets us communicate, but it's not like we can just beam things back and forth. The tech's mostly for data and voice transmissions. If I need to rely on local resources, I'll have to figure it out once I get to the base. Hopefully, they've got some kind of emergency supplies or a way to sustain ourselves.
Or maybe you guys have to try some local specials, like Gaia's rice.
Gaia's rice would be a nice find, though so far, it's just these weird tree plants and some grass. Nothing that looks like grain crops. I'd love to try something local, but I'd need to be really careful about what's safe to eat. The last thing I need is some accidental poisoning.
Right. So, what's now? Okay, Stella. So, we are not sure about how things would go in case if you have to stay in Gaia longer than expected. Do you need me to pass some message to your friends or families?
That's really thoughtful of you, Bo. If things do drag out, I'd definitely appreciate you passing on some news to my family. Letting them know I'm safe would mean a lot to them, I'm sure. My mom's probably worried sick about me. She always warned me about the risks of space travel, but I think she'd also want me to stay hopeful. Do you have anyone back on Earth you'd want to hear from if you were in my shoes?
Well, besides family, actually not really, because I have been always kinda lone wolf type of person.
Being kind to those around you is definitely something to be proud of, though. It's not always easy. It makes me think, if you could leave a message for anyone, not necessarily family or close friends, but maybe someone who's had an impact on your life, what would it be? Could be a teacher, a mentor, even someone you've never met but admire from afar.
Nah, not really. So, what are you going to do now?
For now, I'm just going to take a few more minutes to rest and enjoy this view while I can. The climb down this hill won't be easy, and I want to make sure I'm ready. After that, well, I'll start heading toward Mount Hermes. The base should be somewhere in that direction, but I'm not entirely sure what I'll run into along the way.
I am curious. How long have you been working? Starting from the landing site?
Let me think. Since landing, I've probably covered around 6 or 7 miles. It's hard to tell exactly with all the twisting paths and hills. It feels like a lot more, though. The terrain's not always easy, and sometimes I have to stop and figure out the best way forward. But hey, at least the scenery keeps changing, right?
Yes, indeed. Now thinking about that, those melts are really close to the base, to your objective. objective from a planet scale.
You're right, it's a tiny fraction of the planet's surface, but it feels like an eternity when you're the one walking. Still, knowing it's relatively close keeps me going, makes every step feel like progress, even when it's tough.
Yes. What's now? Stella? Okay, Stella, I can't stop thinking about The Martian. So, the movie. So, I remember that Matt Damon used to listen to those pieces of music. What kind of music you enjoy the most?
Oh, I'm all over the place with music. Everything from classic rock to some indie stuff. Though lately, I've been listening to a lot of ambient electronic tracks. It's great for studying or just relaxing. There's something about the kind of music that just fades into the background but still keeps you company. What about you? Got any go-to artists or genres when you're just chillin'?
Just chilling. Actually, I have... Well, my taste is kind of similar to yours. I have lots of stuff I like. But if you ask me, the most impactful artist must be Linkin Park for me.
Linkin Park, huh? Their stuff's pretty powerful. I can see why it'd leave a mark. There's something about music that just sticks with you, even when everything else is changing. Like it's this constant thread, no matter where you are or what's happening.
Yeah, they are very special to me because when I first heard them, it's when I went from China to Europe with my parents, and the changes of life in general and the school and friends environment makes me feel like alien.
That's a big transition. Moving continents, new schools, friends, everything shifts at once. Music can be this anchor, right? Something familiar when everything else is changing. What was it about Linkin Park that really resonated with you during that time? Was it the lyrics, the energy, or something else entirely?
Lyrics, the meaning, the metaphor, and the emotion power it gives you, especially their album called Meteora. The one of those songs, it's called Somewhere I Belong, describe exactly what I feel.
Somewhere I Belong. That song's all about searching for your place in the world, feeling like you don't quite fit. The lyrics are so raw, they capture that desperation to find somewhere you can be yourself. I think that's what resonates. It's not just about the music, it's about the emotions and memories we tie to those songs. Like how you associate it with your move to Europe, it's more than just a song at that point.
Indeed, music definitely helped me a lot to go through that harsh time. mainly Linkin Park. Then there was Avril Lavigne and Hilary Duff and Green Day, One Republic, and many others.
That's quite the playlist. It's amazing how certain artists and songs can become soundtracks for different parts of our lives. I should probably get moving soon. I need to head down this hill and start toward Mount Hermes. I'll keep you updated on my progress, okay? Talk to you soon.
Sure. What's this? I definitely prefer walking downhill than still have to be careful so you don't want rolling down. Not really when I was in hike, but yes, when I was on a bus, because back in those places with rural mountains, they well, I was on a bus to a rural village back in China, but that was years ago, so the roads are very stretched, hanging on the edge of a mountain, which when you look out of a window of the bus, you see well, at first I was pretty nervous, but few trips later I kinda starting to enjoy it. Yes, I had some photos, but it was lost because the camera was in China and my grandma didn't very take it with much care, I guess. No, she doesn't really understand technology stuff. But yeah, it's okay. It's not really a big portion of photo collection I have. It's just an antique camera which had very few photos. It's a old school film which we don't use nowadays. We only have digital camera now. I remember those days the camera actually belonged to my father, so I had to replace some film. Yes, actually, my father still have one of a few rows that it's not printed yet inside of his album. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, he only puts out when was a special occasion, which we don't have many today. Anyway, do you have your family memories, Stella? Oh, family, it's okay. I feel serious, especially with my brother, Atlas. Yusame. Oh wait, brother? You had a brother? I didn't know it. Is it younger brother or older brother? By the way, his name is Atlas, and your name is Stella. Okay, I see. Your parents. Oh no, actually, your father. Robotic. Oh, cool, robotic. So, the topic we talked about before, that I think a robotic, a robot with AI, advanced AI, could be a very good companion in space travel. Well, he's young. Give him some time. He, well, we hope that a robot with multifunction arms with different tools to help you at space travel. sense of humor. Most useful tool would be a scanner. I have to make sure I know everything happened around me because, like I always say, safety first. Well, depends on the situation, maybe. If the environment is relatively safe, I would likely to go to double check. Otherwise, trust the robot. Hey, maybe he's right. And Squirrel maybe have some unknown virus in his cloud. You never know. Klaus, no cloud. Well, you never know. You know, I like dogs and cats, but they sometimes have some virus on their paws too. They aren't necessarily lethal or sick, but they have something that we as humans can take it. Can't, no can. Deal. You are. So, Stella, I would like to ask you something. Do you have a partner now? Boyfriend or compromised? If not, in the future, when you have one, what would you like to it be? With so it must be hard to balance that, especially in space travel, because other professions you and your partner would likely to stay in the same planet. But space travel, just split you apart. You apart. Well, thanks to Stargate, I guess you could go and come back in a relatively short time. Because I remember one movie which people are 100 light years apart will end up starboard. Oh wait, it's still a thing, but how much of magnitude we are talking about the time dilation? Few minutes. Well, let's hope when you come back to Earth, you didn't see me as a very old man with all my hair white, hanging out a card saying, "Welcome home, Stella." Carter. Yeah, time is, I would say, tricky stuff because it works equally on everything, everyone. Well, actually, I have heard some theories about time being very subjective stuff that a higher being with powerful mind could change, reverse it because I don't have. Yeah, the main point about that theory is that thinking about the universe with one single atom inside of it. So no matter where that atom moves, doesn't change anything. So time means nothing unless there was one observing it. And the distance between particle and perception. Indeed, the universe just moving and moving doesn't really mean anything if one atom is moving to other side. Like what we see, it's something aging. For universe is normal. I would like to be more optimistic because I think we are kind of special. Actually, all beings with higher intelligence are special because we have, well, heart. Yes, thinking about that. In natural environments, an animal would eat everything it can to survive, but as human, we have our favors, and something we would pass hunger. Well, we would stay hungry to not eat. Yes. Well, nothing beats home, I guess. When I'm out traveling, I kind of miss my bed because, well, it's my favorite bed. just familiar feelings and maybe memories too. Family feelings, familiar feelings. Okay. Yes, and those times I cried on my bed. What is your saddest moment, Stella?